too. These are Mexican tree frogs, Smoliska baudini. Yeah, this is our compost station. Every year we get a ton of these, well, really cool Mexican tree frogs. They like the area because, well, compost brings bugs, bugs brings, well, frogs. So you can see that in these massive buckets, they have a lot of young. We think because it's really nutrient-rich water that they often come here. They've been breeding in these ponds for at least, or these buckets for at least a few years. And if you look, you can even see little guys coming out. Yeah, one of my favorite species. We do a diet study on these guys, and actually this is one of our most common areas to find them. We can honestly get about 30 or 40 in a single night. So my normal path takes me on a very set route. So I go down the main hill, I check out the compost buckets, then I go underneath this large mango tree we have and meander near the wetlands. But right now they're operating a bat workshop, so unfortunately that means that those areas are going to be a little bit off limits. I think they're opening the nest right now, so let's see if we can run by them. Hey, how's it going? What you doing? That's boring. I want you to name one bat that you could categorize as charismatic megafauna.
The Samoan flying fox.
Okay, whatever. That one. I heard a frog. So I know we've done it like across before and get them coming through the wetland, but I'm not sure if we've done it here. What are you doing tonight? Same thing we do every night. Wallow in self-pity. Leopard frog? Yeah, not leopard frog, Brown's frog. They recently split them, so they used to be down here, Lithobates berlanderi, but then they recently switched them to Lithobates brownurum. There's a lot of species in Belize that have been split as of recent. I'm of the opinion that you don't need to know the most up-to-date literature to go herping. To be honest, as long as people know what you're talking about, it really shouldn't matter. When it does matter is for conservation practices. So if you're trying to conserve a very specific species or a very specific set of genetic code, it does matter what species you are conserving. Okay, and let's pop into the wetlands. Not the wetlands. Let's pop into the swimming hole. Sometimes we get a lot of frogs breeding here, and occasionally a snake having a little feast. I see one little guy poking his head out. So this is one of the Ranids that we get here. Looks like Rana Violante. I need to double check that. Only one of them has the white facial stripe. Pretty common species we find near the wetlands. Well, pretty much near any body of water. But they are hybridizing with Rana Juliani, so it makes it a little bit difficult to ID sometimes. There's a ton of frogs around here. So I'm just going to do a quick check, quick pass through, and show you each of the ones that I see. Hey there, little buddy. What's going on? Hey, how's it going? Hopping up to me? That's not good. So these are one of the many leafcutter ants that we get here. Cutters are actually a super interesting ant species. I do have a video where I talk about them, and if I don't have a video, that means I'm making a video where I do talk about them. Just leafcutter ants in general are probably one of the coolest species of ants that you have. They domesticated fungus 15 million years ago. They make these insane trails through the jungle. So if you come back in a few days, you'll actually see like the brush cleared away just from them walking over it over and over again. Here's what I was talking about. They will make these crazy trails that cut right through the jungle, so you can actually kind of see the trail they've made. This is like a really kind of like medium activity, like I guess right below average. We have these super colonies. I'll probably put a clip in. I shouldn't say super colonies, but super massive raiding activities where it's just thousands of ants all carrying leaves at the same time, and it's one of the most impressive things you'll see. I think I see a frog right there. Yeah. This guy is a larger brownurum. Where is Well, there, he's gone. A lot of times I see the frogs and the toads way before you would normally be able to see them. So a lot of them have eye shine. It's like, here's another brown neuron. Just hopping away. There's another small frog. Again, it's another Violante. The Violantes look very similar to the Giulianis. The white lip is a pretty decent characteristic, but it's definitely not something to rely on. Ooh. Ooh. I see a turtle. Hold on. There's no way I can get that turtle. That turtle was most likely one of our transmitter turtles, HO. He went underneath that rock, or she, sorry, went underneath that rock right there. So all of our turtles that we do capture, the mud turtles, we do put radio tags on about 10 of them every single year. But every single turtle we find, we take up to this lab and we notch them. We essentially file a little code onto their shell that lets us know which turtle they are. So this is the concrete bridge, and it's a very, very good location for finding turtles. It's shallow water, they seem to like it here. Ooh, ooh, there's a water possum, holy okay. Whew, he was right beneath me. Yeah, I don't know if I got him at all on the film. Hot damn, scared the out of me. Water possums are f***ing cool. I just saw the water possum again. Let's get a little closer actually, maybe we'll see them. They're pretty common here, honestly. They're just really hard to get a good picture of. They are just a bit scared of us, but they're not overly flighty. A lot of times they kind of follow us from a distance. So there he is. Right there. Don't know how well you can see him. Let's see if I can zoom in. Yeah, he's right there. Not the best quality. Probably shouldn't corner him too much. I do want to respect him as much as possible. He's right in there. Yeah. I'm gonna back off a little bit, put down my camera equipment, and come back. I'm just gonna take off my shoes, get into the water. Like I said, they're not prone to be aggressive at all. They are a very docile species, and they're not that scared of us. Of course, any cornered animal is liable to attack, is liable to, I wouldn't say attack, they're liable to defend. Big distinction. If somebody broke into your house, try and take a picture of you, I think you'd attack them too. Whew. Cold water. Whew. Very cold water. So, if we look underneath, you can see the water possum right back there. So yeah, he definitely sees us right now. So again, really, really cool animal. Super neat, super mellow right now. He's not scared, it doesn't seem like. Of course, that's me trying to understand a really complex animal. Ooh, he went away. Hey there, beautiful, where'd you go? And he's gone. Nice big tree frog I just spotted. Hello, beautiful, what are you? Cool, it's another Mexican tree frog. Mexican tree frog in a Belizean tree. Super neat species, super, super cool. Not as much known about them as you would think, given how common they are. We get them down in, like, I know we get them in Texas in some regions, but I'm finding them down here in Belize. I just remember looking through the guidebook and they said, diet is probably this, probably that. So that means it's not actually known. Trying to look for studies, again, showed, hey, there's nothing known about them. That's why I started up that diet study last year, and this year we're trying again to get more data, get a larger sample size, really confirm our numbers. There are a couple more little bitty frogs over here. And so they're more of the Lithobates species. It's ready to hop away. But yeah. So again, these are Lithobates violantes. Really, really, really common. And all the ones we've seen have been very small. They do get quite a bit larger. Them and Giulianis are about the biggest frogs you'll see here. Another pretty neat ant colony. I'm not actually sure if these are leafcutter ants or not. Leafcutter ants are one of the only groups of ants that use live leaves, and there's just so many different species of ant here. So I don't know if they're army ants or leafcutters. Honestly, I don't know the difference. Sorry, but either way, really, really cool species. So I've been a little bit more careful in this area as of late. We had set up bat nets in this area in a nice little V formation about 2 weeks ago, and there was this fertilance that had decided that this was his new territory. He got very, very, very defensive of this area. Most of the time the fertilances, they run away. They don't want to interact with us whatsoever. But as we were extracting a bat, he came from that brush and charged me and another intern. Again, not necessarily out of an aggressive thing. He was defending his territory. And he didn't come up to us, start striking. He wasn't trying to bite us. He was literally trying just to let us know that, hey, this is my area. I want you gone. Still, most venomous snake in the tropics. Very, very deadly. Not as bad as it used to be with modern medicine, etc., etc., but it's still something that we need to be very cautious of. They're not on the property in any high numbers. That was actually the first one I had seen on the property, despite herping about every night for a month. So relatively uncommon, but they are here. I would like to also talk a little bit about them. So they are a highly territorial snake. What they do is they defend their territories. They create them, defend them from other males, and that's why a lot of the times people think that if you relocate a fertilance, that it's actually not going to do much, because the other males in that new area that they're in will just outcompete them, fight, and essentially almost run them out or stress them out to death. So there's a lot of interesting behaviors with them, and it's just, to me, it's just really, really cool, and especially to be, I guess, on the receiving end of their defensive front, to me, was just super, super awesome. So I was planning on going all the way down to the jungle swimming hole to look for stuff, but I was an idiot and did not bring a radio again. I don't go all the way down there alone, only because it's very far away. If something should happen to me, I would have a very tough time getting back. But also, that is one of the areas where we have the most jaguar activity. I respect those animals a lot. I do not want to be put in a position where I'm face to face with a jaguar. Just do my standard route and head back, which is still pretty good. The water possum was another fun find.
That's pretty faintly tricolor.
Somewhat decent picture. So, ooh, nice. Coffee snake. A lot of my snake photography to get those like natural looking shots. Of course, can't see it on the camera that well, but this bug is straight up iridescent.